This is Ryan Elliott for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. I'm down in Canterbury today, sort of joined by the McGUIGAN gym stable. With me, ALFIE Price. ALFIE, how you doing?
Thank you, Ryan. How you doing? You good?
I'm very good, mate. Let's talk about you. I came down today, so I sparring with Luke Campbell. You have linked up with Shane McGUIGAN, so we'll start there. Been a long time coming, finally got to work with Shane. How did it all come about, and how long have you been together now?
We've been together for the last 5 weeks, properly since lockdown, so I've been up here every week. But previous to lockdown, I was up here all the time sparring Josh Taylor, Luke Campbell, and who else was I sparring? No, that's it. I was sparring them two for their world title fights as well, so I was one of their main sparring partners. So that's how we got together, and they see the talent and they picked me up from there.
Since you have linked up, I appreciate it's been a short time since you've been in full-time capacity with each other. How much do you feel you've learned already?
I've learnt bundles. Like, I'm sitting on shots where I've 7-0 and I'm not knocked no one out, but I've got the knockout power there. I've just got to sit down on my shots, turn over my fist properly. I've already got it. Like, we've been working together 5 weeks now, and I'm hitting 3 times harder. So it's just unlocking these potentials what I've got, and Shane's the perfect coach for me to get to the top and guiding me what I need to learn as well, because he's one of the best coaches in the world. So yeah, I'm grateful to be here.
I spoke to Shane about yourself just before, and he mentioned that as well, that he feels the power will come. He's gonna have you sort of doing weight properly, super feather. He said at push you could even do feather. Do you think that's the main thing, just getting comfortable at a right weight and settling under Shane now?
Yeah, like my last fight, lightweight, I think I was walking about 61 3 weeks prior to the fight, so I made that weight piss easy. So I think super feather, well, that'll be our perfect weight to campaign at and get world honours eventually. So yeah.
Now, I'm sure you're itching by now. I think it's just gone a year since you were last in the ring. Any idea when you're going to get back in?
As soon as possible. Like, we were scheduled before lockdown to have a few defences of the southern area. It's all shit what happened, really. So it ain't just me, it's every single fighter out there. So it's been a year yesterday since I boxed. But hopefully we get a date soon. I'm ready to fight now, 10 rounds. So I'm ready to go now. I've been in the gym for the last 6 weeks with Shane. Learning every day, so yeah, whenever we get that phone call.
Now, I trust Shane McGUIGAN as a judge of where a fight is at, and he said to me, we're done with learning, we're ready for title fights, we're ready for names at domestic level. Do you agree, and is there any sort of names and titles you're eyeing up?
Anyone who wants to get in the ring with me, basically. I know a lot of the domestic fighters, they want to push on for bigger things, so they really wouldn't want to risk their losing to me, but I've got to beat them with every single one of them, so I won't be afraid to fight any of them tomorrow. So whatever we get, we'll take.
Shane told me he was trying to push for a fight with ZELFA BARRETT. Is that something you'd be keen for?
Of course. I ain't one to turn down fights. If I've got that, was he RBF champion? So if we get that fight, that'd be wicked. That'd push me right up the rankings. Beat ZELFA, that'd push me right up there. But I'm pretty sure he won't want to risk fighting me at this stage in my career. So they don't want to get beat by someone who just come off there. No. Like a no one, not a no one, but someone should come out of nowhere and beat him when he's up there. So, but that's what we want, and I'm sure we'll get it one day. Soon.
First thing I saw today when I walked in the gym was yourself sparring with Luke Campbell. You've done countless rounds in the past together. How much do you learn from sharing them rounds with Luke Campbell?
He's a world-class fighter, so I'm learning all the time. We get in that ring with him all the time. He's a great fighter, and he's, like I said, he's operating at world level. He's a world champion soon, to be a world champion. So it's good to know I'm at that level and just progress to that level. I've just got to get my shots, work hard in the gym, and hopefully it'll come for me. So yeah.
Shane said to me that you've got the talent to match anyone he's worked with and anyone in that gym right now. Is that what it's about for you? Not only the experience that you get in the ring, but being around the likes of Luke Campbell, who's fought the very best, and picking up those little things outside of the ring as well to make the best you can be?
Definitely. He's a gentleman as well, Luke, isn't he? So an all-round fighter, we want to be not in and out of the ring. A nice, like, in the ring, horrible, but out of the ring, a nice gentleman. So that's what we want to implicate and be just like Luke. So yeah, that's good. We're looking good.
Now, Luke is waiting for a date, but it looks like he is going to be facing Ryan Garcia. Brilliant fight for the lightweight division. You've seen Luke up close and personal plenty. I'm sure you've watched plenty of Ryan Garcia too. How do you see the fight playing out?
I think it might be a bit too early for Ryan Garcia. Like he said, he ain't been tested in his career yet, especially not with Luke Campbell's level. So he's got very quick hands, but I think Luke might break him down 8-12 for a stoppage. a late stoppage. That's what I think. But Luke is a banger at lightweight as well. I can assure you, he's one of the heaviest handed I've been in with. So it's going to be a big surprise what Ryan can bring. So, but he's a great fighter himself. But I think it's a bit too soon for him against Luke.
You did help Luke prepare for his huge fight with Vasily Lomachenko. One thing I wanted to ask you about was playing the role of Lomachenko. You were one of 2 fighters he was using in camp. What was that like?
It was mad. It was mad because I had to basically implicate the angles of Lomachenko, how he moved. But I do that naturally anyway. My style was a very, very much Lomachenko, so that was perfect sparring for him. Probably the best sparring he could get in the country. So, and we done countless rounds as well. So yeah, I did help out a lot with that camp. But I picked up so much in the fighters in that sparring as well. But I say implicating Lomachenko is another level fighter. He's just something you can't implicate. So yeah, it's just learning from that all the time.
We are a couple of weeks out now from Lomachenko's next fight. Teofimo Lopez, another brilliant fight out there in Las Vegas. Will be behind closed doors, but at least we're getting to see it. What do you make of that fight from what you've seen of Teofimo? Do you give him a chance in that fight?
Yeah, he's a very heavy-handed puncher. But the skills of Lomachenko, it's just not. It ain't just physical. It's mental. He'll put you. It's a mental game with Lomachenko as well. Like the way he moves, he'll just break you down. So, like I said, he had a good win against Richard Comey his last fight, but it's a totally different level of opposition now. So we'll see. A few weeks now, 3 weeks in it. So yeah, we'll see what he's about.
I just wanted to finish with yourself, Alfie. Obviously, when you do return, it's probably going to be behind closed doors. But away from that, normally, you're a very good ticket seller. Yeah. Where did that sort of come from? How did you start building up that reputation in your local area and getting to a point where you have that strong following so early in your career? I know I'm just a face in my area, basically. So I know a lot of people. I've got a lot of friends, a lot of family, a very big family. So yeah, I've just got a lot of great backing from everyone in my area. So yeah, we're going to be the first world champion to come from Cheshunt. Well, we've got Billy Joe as well. He's from Hertfordshire. He's up the road. But I'm going to be a world champion sooner or later. Is that the absolute pinnacle for you, the absolute end goal when you envisage it? Is that got to be the number one thing, being world champion above all else?
I've dreamed about world champion since I've started boxing at 7. So we've been a family of boxers. I've got 5 brothers, and we've all been 3 of them are national champions. So, and I'm the 4th champion as well. So it's a family of boxers. So, and just to go on and prove, just to do it for my family, because we've all been boxers, but they've never carried it out. So if I could do it for my family, that'd be great. And that has always been my long life dream, to be a world champion boxer. And I know I'm good enough. I've just got to get there.
You said there boxing's in your family. Was it ever going to be anything else from a young age? Was boxing always going to be the career path? Was it just a hobby?
It's like I say, I remember, I think I was about a couple months old when I had the head guards and gloves on, going through my brother's boxing bag, up West Ham gym, watching him train when I was a baby. Mickey May telling my dad, and me, because I've got a twin brother as well, them two will be up here for a couple of years. And then I was up there winning national titles every year for West Ham Boxing Club. And then I moved to Oddison, and a couple of national titles there. And then I was on the GB team as well, podium squad, but I feel I've got a child as well. I've got 2 children, so it was a bit too much for me at the time, and I weren't going to get to the Olympics that year, so I felt like the time was right to turn pro, and then we are now.
You mentioned your children there. How does fatherhood change your perception and change your drive as well? Did it just take it up that notch?
I've got to make it for my kids as well. Like I've got to I'm in a position to change my family's lives with boxing, so I'm going to keep mine down and give it 150% to get there.
Well, I appreciate I've eaten into your rest time after you've done some sparring sessions, so I'll leave it there. But thank you for making time for Boxing Social. Excited to see how everything unfolds under the guidance of Shane. I'm sure we'll catch you when you got some fight news.
Wicked, thank you.